What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Ah! Where are they?
Why are you so agitated? Mom is always late. Dad is with one of his patients this evening. And anyway, who is this friend and why is she so important to you?
Her name is Adriana, and she's a very good friend.
Adriana. Is she Spanish?
No, she's Argentinian. Where are the glasses?
They're in the cupboard where they always are. Why is she in England?
She wants to learn English and find a job in a restaurant. She's a great cook.
Oh, aren't there any restaurants in Argentina?
Have we got any sparkling water?
No, we haven't. We've got tonic water, a kind of water with bubbles.
Okay, tap water is fine. Now, Adriana can sit over there.
But that's my place.
Well, not today.
But I don't like watching the telly from here. And A House in the Country is on in a half hour.
Oh.
Hello. We're here.
Great.
Hi! Hi! Great to see you. How are you? How was the flight? You're probably tired, aren't you?
Give her a chance to answer, Em.
Yes, I'm sorry, Adriana. I'm just very happy to see you.
Me too. I'm very happy and I'm fine. I'm too excited to be tired.
Adriana, this right wet lettuce is Lucy, my daughter.
And my gorgeous sister.
Pleased to meet you, Adriana.
Hello, Lucy. Pleased to meet you too.
Now let's sit down. I'm exhausted. Ray is still at the office.
Oh, okay.
So, you come from Argentina. And why do you want to live in England?
Well, I want to learn English.
But you speak English.
She wants to improve her English. Some wine?
Yes, please. And what about you, Susie?
Me? My name is Lucy.
Oh, sorry, Lucy. What do you do?
She works in a boutique. It's an expensive clothes shop, really.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, but what time is it? A House in the Country is on now, isn't it, Lucy?
Yes, it is.
Cheers.
To us.
Hello and welcome to your English lessons. My name is Diane and my job in these lessons is to make sure you exercise your language skills. Your job in these sessions is to work hard. So, Adriana is Argentinian and goes to London to see her friend Emily. Emily has a sister, Lucy, and she isn't too happy with the new arrival, is she? Why is Adriana in England? Because she wants to improve her English and find a job as a cook. Sounds interesting. Let's start to revise the main language points of the sitcom. Today's lesson focuses on the verbs to be and have got, in particular on short questions and answers. Are you tired? No, you aren't. Well, not yet. And finally, some question words. Where is Ray? He is with one of his patients. Let's get started straight away. Nice and easy. The verb to be. Remember, we generally use the contracted forms when speaking. I'm exhausted. She's Argentinian. Or they're not English. In short questions, the verb to be comes before the subject. Is she Spanish? Or are they at home? Are you a student? Yes, you are. You're my student. Now, let's look at short answers with to be. Remember, we can only use the contracted forms in negative answers. Let's revise them just to refresh your memory. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Or, no, you aren't. Yes, she is. No, she's not. Or, no, she isn't. Now, have got. Remember how it goes? I've got 2 brothers. They've got a big house in the country. Remember, for the third person singular, we use has got. So, she's got a sister, or she hasn't got a job. What about short questions with have got? Have you got a car? Or has she got a boyfriend? Our short answers are yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, you have. No, you haven't. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Again, remember, you can only use the contracted form in negative answers. Now, you may ask, why can't we just say yes or no? Well, the answer is quite simple. In English, it doesn't sound polite to just say yes or no. For example, if someone asks me, are you English? And I say yes, or are they your books? And I say no, it sounds quite antisocial. So, moving on. What about if we want to ask a specific question, like what a person's name is or how old they are? We need a question word. What, where, when? Let's look at some of those. To ask a specific question, we put these words at the beginning of the question. What? What's your name? Where? Where is he from? When? When is her birthday? How? How are you? How old? How old is she? Who? Who are they? How many English books have you got? How much time have we got? I think that's enough warming up, don't you? Ready to start exercising? Are you feeling energetic? Great, I am too. Let's start. When you see a microphone like this, and you hear the beep, that's when you start speaking. And any information that appears on the screen is there to help you. First, I'll ask you some questions and you answer using short answers. Okay? For example, if I ask you, is Adriana excited? After the beep, you answer, yes, she is. Then the correct answer will appear on the screen. So, remember in the episode, Adriana arrives from Argentina, but she isn't tired. She's too excited to be tired. Adriana hasn't got a job in London at the moment, but she's very happy to be with Emily and her family. Ready? Let's see if you remember this. Is Lucy happy to meet Adriana? No, she isn't. Lucy doesn't seem very happy to meet Emily's friend. Now, has Adriana got a job in London? Good. No, she hasn't. She wants to find a job in a restaurant. And what about you? Have you got a job? Very good. Now, to get to know each other a little better, how about you asking me questions using question words? The information on the screen will help you. For example, if you see what to be your name, you say, what's your name? My name is Diane. Do you remember? Now it's your turn. I'm from England. Now, do you want to know something else? Oh, it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Anyway, I'm young, as you can see. Great. Are you tired? We practiced a lot today, but you did really well. So, have a rest now, and I'll see you again soon in our next lesson. Bye-bye.
No, Miss Hardy, I don't usually take appointments before 10 a.m. on Mondays. No, I'm afraid I never receive my patients at home. What do you usually do in the morning? Well, start your day in a different way this morning. Pamper yourself a little. Yes, I think that's a great idea. See you later. Bye-bye.
Dad! What are you...
What a face.
Oh,
More tea, dear.
yes, please.
How come you're already up at this time? Never get up this early. Or do you still have to go to bed?
Dad, it's my day off. Anyway, what's so strange about me being up early? I always get up before 10. Actually, I usually set my alarm clock for 8 o'clock, but I just switch it off and lie in bed for a while, thinking about what I have to do. And today, All I have to do is relax and go shopping.
Oh, what a hard life.
Oh, very attractive.
Haha, it's a face mask.
Really? This is incredible. The Stella Sui fashion show is today. She never lets anyone backstage. And Up to the Minute magazine says that all the latest models are there. I can't believe it. I'm not invited. And Sarah has 2 backstage passes because her mother is a journalist.
Oh, well, I'll just go check my phone for messages and read my mail. Maybe Sarah wants me to go with her to the Stella Sui fashion show.
That is so unfair. She gets to have all the fun. My life is so stressful. Always the same routine. Wake up, go to the bathroom, have a shower. I never have time to have breakfast. Go to work, work, have lunch, work, come home, make dinner.
I make dinner.
Well, have dinner. Watch TV and go to bed every day. I rarely get to go out anymore. I'm too tired.
Me too.
At least you have time to have breakfast in the morning.
Hi, and welcome back to your English lesson. Poor Ray, he's really having difficulty eating his breakfast, isn't he? And Lucy is angry because her friend didn't invite her to the backstage party at the fashion show. Not a good start to the day. In today's lesson, we're going to look at object pronouns. Me, you, him, her. Possessive adjectives my, your, their, and frequency adverbs always, often, sometimes. We'll also briefly go over the third person singular spelling changes in the present simple when you add an S onto the verb. Ray and Lucy go to work every morning. I go to work every morning, and also my husband goes to work every morning. You see, busy people. Right, let's get down to work. Here we have our subject pronouns. Let's look at the object pronouns. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. Miss Hardy phones Ray at home. She phones him. Lucy likes Stella Sui. She likes her. Great. How about possessive adjectives? I'm sure you know them, but let's just revise them anyway. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. I'm your teacher. This is our lesson. Now, for breakfast, I usually have a strong black coffee and some biscuits to give me energy. But sometimes when I have time, I have toast and orange juice. What do you usually have for breakfast? Did you notice we are using frequency adverbs? Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, hardly ever, and never. These adverbs come before the main verb. Emily always gets up before 10. And they go after the verb to be. Ray is usually at home in the morning. All these adverbs follow this rule, but sometimes and usually can also be placed at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. Usually, my husband cooks dinner, but I also cook sometimes. Let's just take a look at the spelling changes that occur when an S is added to the verb in the third person singular of the present simple. We usually just add S. She wakes up. She works. If the verb ends in S, double S, CH, SH, X, or O, we add ES. Emily switches off the alarm clock. Lucy goes to work every day. When the verb ends in a consonant followed by a Y, the Y becomes IE. Then we add an S. Carry, he carries. Study, she studies. But this change doesn't occur if there is a vowel before the Y. Play, he plays. And don't forget that the verb to have is different. In the third person singular, it becomes has. Ray has tea and toast for breakfast, or at least he tries to. Is everything clear so far? Anyway, don't worry. We'll have time to do some more practice. Now I think we're ready to do some training. Remember, when you see a microphone like this, and you hear the beep, that's when you start speaking, and any information that appears on the screen is there to help you. I'll say a sentence using proper names like Emily and nouns like emails or alarm clock. Then you say the same sentence replacing the names and nouns with pronouns. For example, I say, Ray talks to Miss Hardy. Then you say, he talks to her. Ready? Okay, here's the first sentence. Emily is surprised to see Ray. Good. She is surprised to see him. Next one. Emily reads her emails in the morning. Well done. She reads them in the morning. And one more. Emily sets her alarm clock for 8 o'clock. That's it. She sets it for 8 o'clock. Now, some frequency adverbs. I'll say a sentence, and when it's your turn to speak, repeat the sentence and include the frequency adverb that appears on the screen. For example, I'll say something like, my son Tom wakes up before 7. Then the adverb will appear like this. And you say, Tom always wakes up before 7. Ready? Here we go. I'm very busy during the day. I get home quite late. So, Edward makes dinner. Exactly. My husband Edward usually makes dinner, and I have to admit he's a great cook. Another sentence. Edward goes out. That's right. Edward rarely goes out. But why? He works hard, and we have a 3-year-old child. So, here's your sentence. He's too tired in the evening. Yes, right. Edward rarely goes out in the evening because he's often too tired. Well, our lesson is finished. Good job. Bye for now and see you again soon.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Adriana.
Breakfast.
Are you hungry? Do you want some toast?
Toast. You don't eat the traditional English breakfast with bacon and eggs?
Sausages. Fried mushrooms. Sometimes. We don't eat it every day. Unfortunately, it's not very healthy. We generally have tea and toast.
Tea? That's very English.
Would you like a cup?
Yes, please.
Do you like bacon and eggs?
Not really. I prefer toast.
Here. Help yourself. I love pancakes with maple syrup. Do you like them?
Yes, I do. That's very American, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my favorite breakfast.
I have an idea. Let's make Adriana a real English dinner.
How about your beef and ale pie, Dad? Do you like beef?
Of course. I'm from Argentina. If you don't like beef in Argentina, you don't eat. Do you want some toast, Ray? I don't want to finish your breakfast.
No, don't worry. So, beef and ale pie?
Yes. It sounds wonderful.
What do we need?
We have some garlic and some fresh thyme, but we don't have any onions. Do we have any carrots?
No, we don't.
So, carrots, onions, mushrooms, and we need 1 egg.
There are 2 eggs in the fridge.
Good. Then some puff pastry, some good quality ale.
And beef?
Yes, some good English beef. Miss Hardy. Yes. No, I'm sure we don't have an appointment before 10:30. Why don't you call my secretary? Okay, bye. I'm off. See you later.
Oh,
Bye.
bye.
Do you want to come and do the shopping with me? We have to go to the supermarket and the butcher's and the greengrocer's.
Great.
Hello and welcome back. Did you like our sitcom episode? As Ray does, I like a full English breakfast sometimes, but I don't eat it very often. Too many calories. Some fresh fruit is much better, but I cannot resist chocolate biscuits. Do you prefer coffee, tea, or a cappuccino for breakfast? I need some coffee to wake me up in the morning. Oh, where do I normally have my breakfast? Well, at home with Tom, who always tries to dunk his biscuits in my coffee, naturally. But let's refresh our memories on the principal grammar points from the sitcom episode. Today, we're revising the present simple. Negative sentences, short questions and answers. With the auxiliary verb do and some specific questions with what, where, when, and how. Oh, and just a very brief revision of some and any. We'll study them more in another lesson, but I'll just remind you how we use them. Let's get started. Negative sentences in the present simple need the auxiliary verb do plus not, which in conversation becomes don't. And we place it in front of the infinitive verb. You don't eat the traditional English breakfast. They don't drink coffee. Notice how the third person singular is different. Do becomes does, and in the negative form, doesn't. And remember, the main verb is always in the infinitive. He doesn't eat an English breakfast every day. He doesn't get to the studio before 10. Now, questions in the present simple also need the auxiliary do, and for the third person singular, does. But in a question, we put it in front of the subject. So the structure for a short question is auxiliary, subject, infinitive verb. Azi. That's a good way to remember it. Do you want a cup of tea? Does Lucy like fashion shows? We usually reply to short questions with a short answer, often called a yes-no answer. Let's look at those. Do you like beef? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Or for the third person singular, does she like beef? Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. Okay, how about specific questions with what, where, when, and how? Well, the basic structure of the question doesn't change. Auxiliary, subject, infinitive verb. But we place the question word first. So, asi becomes quasi. Question word, auxiliary, subject, infinitive. What do you have for breakfast? Where do they do the shopping? When does he have an appointment? How does Adriana feel? Good. Now, about some and any. They refer to an indefinite quantity of something, but we use some in positive sentences. We have some eggs. Any in negative sentences. We don't have any carrots. That means we have no carrots. In most questions, we use any. Do we have any carrots? But in questions, when we offer things, we usually use some. Do you want some toast? We'll study this in more detail later on.
Hi.
Hello. Have a good day.
Not bad.
How about giving your husband a kiss? Or are we too old for kisses?
Ray. I'm too tired for kisses right now. I just want to relax a second.
I always say you work too much. You spend too much time in the office. It's not healthy.
Ray, I have enough problems at work. I don't need to be stressed out at home, too.
Okay. But there is something you can do to make me happy.
And what's that?
I have this new test for my patients. It's a series of pictures. Look, each picture is different.
I'm so tired, Ray. I just want you to get to the point so I can go and take a shower.
The point is, I ask my patients to choose the 3 pictures they like the most, and then they have to explain why they like them.
Very interesting. Can I go and take a shower now?
Don't you want to know how you can make me happy?
Oh, yes.
How about taking this test with me?
Ray, you know I hate being psychoanalyzed, and you know everything about me, what I'm like, my interests.
Yes, I know.
I enjoy working hard. I enjoy taking risks. I love challenges, and I love fighting for my goals.
Good evening, Miranda. Hi, Ray.
Adriana, any luck with the job search?
No, not yet. There are so many restaurants looking for kitchen staff. But I have too much experience to just go and wash dishes or cut vegetables. I don't have enough experience to be a chef, I know, but I have enough experience to be a cook. So I think it's better if I wait until I find the right job.
No. Are you busy?
No, I want to cook something for dinner.
How would you like to help Ray first?
Okay.
I don't think Adriana's interested in doing my psychoanalysis test.
I enjoy doing tests.
See? Have fun.
Okay, Ray, psychoanalyze me.
Well, just choose the 3 pictures you like the most and tell me why you like them.
Okay. This is the first picture.
The ice cube. Mm-hmm. Why?
It attracts me. It's so solid that it seems indestructible. And it's clear enough to see through it. It's so pure, so transparent. But it has so many faces. You don't know which one you can trust.
Trust? How can you trust an ice cube?
It's a metaphor. Things are not always what they seem. Mysterious things are interesting, more attractive.
Yes, well, go on.
Oh. It's so smooth, so sensual. You know, it makes me think of...
all right. That's enough. So, what shall we have for dinner?
But the other pictures?
Oh, no. We can finish this later. Let's see what we can have for dinner.
Okay.
Hi there. Poor Ray. Miranda is too tired to give him a kiss. She works too much, and when she comes home, she doesn't have enough energy to kiss him. And what about Adriana's explanation of the ice cube? Do you remember what she says about it? It's so solid, so pure, and so sensual, and it's clear enough to see through it. But it has so many faces that you don't know which one you can trust. Well, I agree with Ray. I'm not sure what she means, but everyone's perception of things is different. Anyway, what I'm interested in are those words so, to, and enough that give us an idea of quantity. Because that's what we're looking at in this lesson, adverbs and adjectives of quantity. Then we'll revise can and can't, because they came up a few times in the episode too. Can we start? To, much, many, so, and enough. To means in excess and comes before an adjective or adverb. I'm too tired. It's too big. He speaks too quickly. When we use it with a noun, we say too much or too many. Remember, much when we're talking about uncountable nouns, the things we can't count, they'll always be singular, like time, money, energy, experience, water. And many when we're talking about countable nouns. Those are the things we can count, like people, apples, pictures, problems. So, she spends too much time at the office. It's confusing because there are too many pictures. With verbs, we use too much. You work too much. He eats too much. Now, enough. Notice the pronunciation, enough, and it means sufficient. We use it after adjectives and adverbs. She's tall enough to be a model. They're not old enough to get married. I don't feel well enough to go to work. How about with nouns? That's right. Enough comes before a noun. She doesn't have enough energy. There aren't enough chairs for everyone. I have enough experience for the job. We've got enough money. There aren't enough pictures. And from those examples, you can see that it goes after verbs. Do you study enough? She doesn't sleep enough. She's always tired. And then there's so, to emphasize things. She's so happy. I'm so hungry. You explain things so well. Well, thank you. With nouns, we use so much and so many, like too much and too many. You spend so much time at the office. There are so many good restaurants in London. Now, let's quickly take a look at the verb can. We use it to express ability. I can speak English. She can cook very well. Notice how can becomes kn when we speak. And in the negative, cannot becomes can't. So, I can't speak Chinese. It also expresses permission. You can go in now. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can. And in the negative, it expresses prohibition. The children can't go out until they finish their homework. You can't park your car here. See that can is the same for all persons. I can, you can, he can, we can, and so on. But remember that it's always followed by an infinitive verb without to. And the thing to be careful with is the pronunciation. Are you ready for some practice? I am. So I think it's time you got to know me better. I want you to ask me some questions using the word can, and I will answer them, okay? For example, can you cook a full English breakfast? Of course I can. I'm ready. Remember to use the words on the screen to help you. Can I speak French? Mais oui, je parle français, ça va sans dire. Yes, I can. It's a beautiful language. Ask me another question. Can I play the piano? No, I can't, not really. But I can play the guitar. What else do you want to know? Can I come to the pub tonight? Why, yes, I can. Thanks for inviting me. I'll see you there after the lesson. Okay, now I want us to make a lemon cake. But I wonder if we have the right ingredients. Let's look at the recipe. So, I am going to tell you what we have in the fridge at home, and I want you to help me using those words that refer to quantities. Enough, too much, and too many. For example, if I say we have 1 cup of flour, you'll say we don't have enough flour. Okay, how about butter? We have 3 cups of butter. Exactly. We have too much butter. We better put some back in the fridge. Okay, now we have 2 eggs. What do you think? Oh no, you're right. We don't have enough eggs. I will have to buy some more. What about lemons? We have 7 lemons. Well done. We have too many lemons. Oh well, it's better to have too many than not enough. Okay, I think that's enough English for now. I'll see you again soon in our next lesson. Bye!